to season 3 of Is It Really Worth It podcast with Sean Byrne. I'd just like to kick season 3 off with a massive thank you to SAS Security for all your construction security needs, close protection. Renate Recovery, Ice Chamber in Milton Keynes for your sports recovery, and S&D Paving in Northampton for all of your needs. If you're out on the road or on a building site or wherever you need to be, S&D have got your back. But today we're down at the Peacock Gym, a bit of a mecca of boxing in Great Britain, and we are speaking this morning to the next middleweight champion of the world, Denzel Bentley. Good morning, Denzel.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Got you just at a good time, really, beginning of your camp.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Feeling fit. You know, I just basically come off, a camp in my last fight. So just had a few weeks of just getting the body back into the groove, and now we're hitting it hard until, kick it up until the next date.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Beautiful journey, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Beautiful, man.
Right, we're going to go back to the beginning. Where did it all begin?
Patmore Estate, man. Battersea, Southwest London.
Southwest? Are you Southwest London boy?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Date of birth, when were you born?
29th of January 1995.
Right, 90s baby.
Yeah.
So, family.
Yeah.
Big family, small family?
Yeah, quite a big family, but obviously my immediate family's, I've got 3 siblings, mum and dad, innit? So
yeah.
I don't know how I think that's
reasonable family.
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah.
Brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got 2 brothers and a sister.
Older or younger than you?
We got one older brother, then it's me, then my sister, then my younger brother.
Right. So you weren't the youngest brother, always getting beat up and that by your...
No, I was. I definitely was. My younger brother was too young.
Yeah?
Yeah, everything got taken out of me.
You beat up on the younger one?
No, I didn't. He used to fight back. He had a bit of heart, so he always fought back. So. Yeah, but I used to get from my older brother all the time. But I didn't really like it, so I wouldn't take out my little brother because I knew how I felt. My older brother done it to me, but it builds character in it. So
yeah, that's right.
I ain't complaining.
Yeah, that's good. Right, so you're from Lively Manor.
Yeah.
So growing up, what was your youth like? Was it difficult? Was it, because I think now for the gen what's coming through, life's not good out there.
It's not.
So how was it for you, Denzel?
I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed my youth, innit? I enjoyed it. But looking back on it, if I continued on that path, I would have regretted it. You know what I mean? So, just luckily I managed to find boxing at a reasonable time and kind of find my exit from the kind of life I was living beforehand.
Yeah.
Of course, you say you enjoy it, that doesn't mean there weren't bad times or rough times. There definitely was. But it was like everything I was doing, I felt like I wanted to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt like, this is what I'm a part of. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. A part of, as in your peers are doing it, so you're going to be involved.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I was that guy's, like, I'm with the guys. I'm with the man them, and it's like wherever you're on, I'm on kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there might be times I might do something, but it's like if you're on this, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it makes sense, as long as it don't make me look like I'm not on this thing, then
yeah.
I'm on it, yeah.
When did you start boxing?
I had my first amateur fight at 19. It's a weird story because I first came across boxing at 15. Right. So my older brother went to the market and he bought gloves from that 9 Elms market. Bought gloves and a little head guard with a fence and that. It didn't have gum shield, but the guard had a little fence on it. So he'd bring it round. Like, ideally he wanted to try and make money off it, but we just had fun with it. He didn't charge anyone. So I might put on a pair of gloves, someone else might put on a pair of gloves, all right, let's go in it. So then we start just fighting with gloves on. It's not really boxing, is it?
Yeah.
Then I got to college, like second year college. I met a friend, he was like, right, he boxes. Went down to like Lillian Bailey's, but that was like a boxer size class. There weren't real boxing. There was no sparring, just pads and circuits. And then he took me down to Fisher ABC. Yeah, I was like 17, nearly 18 then by then. So pretty much, I just say 18 because it just makes it easier. I officially, started going there. I even remember when I went there, I just asked the coach, right, how long till I can turn pro? And he just laughed at me. Like, hey, listen, it might even take you a whole year before you have an amateur fight. I didn't know nothing about the amateurs like that. I didn't watch boxing. I was a football guy. Then obviously a year later, at 19, I had my first amateur fight, and then just went on from there.
19.
Yeah.
Pretty reasonably late kind of start.
Yeah, no, it is.
So, you know, going on the times, extremely talented to get where you've got now. Extremely talented, Denzel. But you see, the talent don't just get you there, it's the stickability, it's the will, do you know what I mean? It's different. But I'm going to just rewind just a little bit.
Yeah.
You mentioned there a minute ago, if you had stayed on that same path, it would have been different. So there was a crossroads in your life where you could have went down that path quite easily, you know, with peer pressure and, you know, the way the world is now, it's so easy for the youth to just go down that
Yeah, most
path.
definitely, yeah.
So boxing has kind of steered you into a positive lifestyle. Yeah. So you're in the Fisher. How long was it till you had your first amateur?
It took about a year. But that's because I was in and out of the gym.
Yeah.
I'd go 1 week and I'd be out for a month.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I was...
So it could have been a lot quicker.
I was still outside. Like, I was still trying to do things to make money, be with the man them. I didn't really want to miss out on much because every time I'm in the gym, I'm missing out on what's going on the estate. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd be in and out. And plus, I used to go my friend that introduced me, if he weren't going, then I weren't going. So it's like, oh, you're not going, I'm not going, and I'm gonna stay on the ends and do my thing. But then it could have been a lot quicker, but then I got into an accident, I got hit by a car, and that obviously stalled it a bit again.
So you was injured by you got hit by a car?
Yeah.
And badly injured?
Not badly. It was. I just had nothing broke. I just sprained my ankle, cut my arm, so I was on crutches for a little bit. But yeah, it wasn't nothing too serious. I wasn't.
So it was like another stall.
Yeah, it was like another stall. Yeah. But
so your first amateur fight, how'd it go?
I won. I remember.
Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, it was at what's that place called in Limehouse? The Troxy.
Oh, the Troxy, yeah.
Yeah, the Troxy. It's funny because I was fighting this guy. I was like 19, he was like 24. I'm like, right, he's a big man. Or he might have been 24, 27. I'm like, he's a big man. Because obviously I didn't get to fight juniors and stuff, so I'm fighting men already. I remember after the first round, I must have just hurt my shoulder, and I've gone to the corner. My coach is like, oh, throw your jab, and did it. I'm like, oh, my shoulder's hurting a bit, Steve. He goes, so what does that mean? You want me to pull you out? I'm like, no, just shut up and get on with it. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I know that kind of corner, man.
Yeah. So I just went out there and I got the W, and yeah, the rest was history.
So how many amateurs you have?
I had 17.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Reasonable. How'd you get on?
I won 13, won the Londons, got to the quarters of the nationals, the novices, and yeah.
Good. Yeah, good. So you were naturally gifted from the start, really.
Yeah, you could say a bit of athletics, so my athleticism kind of, helped me progress. To be honest though, no, I had one white collar fight before that, at 18, just before I got hit by the car. I had a white collar fight just to see if I wanted to do it.
Yeah?
With, Lewis got me involved in that.
Oh, my guy Lewis, I was I'm going to give Lewis a shout out.
He got me in. He was doing it, and he said, "Do you want to jump on?" So I done one. I won that, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do the amateurs." And I had my first amateur fight at 19. So yeah. That's how it went.
Do you know what? I remember Lewis telling me this. I remember Lewis telling me something about this. Yeah, I do vividly now. Yeah. Hello, Lewis. How you doing, my man? So you had a white collar, then you've had your 17 amateurs. At what point in that amateur career did you choose the pro? You probably chose it before you went amateur by the sounds of it, but there must have been a pivotal point in your amateurs where you say to yourself, no, I want to get paid for this now. Yeah,
remember I started quite late, so it just got to a point, I'm like 22. I'm going to work on the weekends. I don't want to up my hours because I want to box. So I know if I up my hours in the week, it's going to take more time off my boxing. So I'm not really earning nothing. I'm just earning enough to just help out around the house and can't really live my life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just to survive. So I remember there was a time where I might not even have enough to get transport to the gym. So I'm walking from like Battersea to Bermondsey to get to the gym.
Wow.
And then people be like, "Right, that's long." I'm like, "No, man, I like walking." These times it's just like, "Nah, I'm just trying to save. I'm just trying to save a bit of money." Do you know what I mean? Or I might get one of them Barclays bikes, put £2 and get there in half an hour, so I don't get charged extra, and then try and get it back home. But I just see it as put my music in and do my thing. So I think it just got to a point where I remember asking my coach, can I do the ABAs? I just, lost the novices, and he wanted to put me in the novices again because I had under 20 fights. I'm like, no, I want to test myself. Like, put me in the elites and let me see how well I can do. I think at that point I was already coming down Peacock. So I was coming down Peacock, I was sparring with guys like Ahmed Patterson, Alan Higgins anyway, and Larry Akindale, all these professionals, and I was getting better. So I started coming Peacocks after I had about 6-7 fights. So I remember I just used to be here. So then I was like, I put me in the elites, and then he missed the entry day and I didn't get put into the elites, and I just thought, I can't wait another year. I can't live like this another year to wait for the ABAs, and not
killing yourself
to make weight. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing, if I'm even going to do well in it or not. So I just came back to the gym and I spoke to Martin and Ray, manager and trainer, and Ray, my trainer. I just said, I think I want to turn pro, and they were like, no, go win something for your club first, and blah blah blah, and just pay them back. So I went back and I just like, I'm not feeling it. I just came back again a month later. I said, no, look, I think I actually want to turn pro. I'm ready now, and then the journey began from there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, good feeling.
That transition from the amateurs to the pro, it's like you're
I was actually worried at first. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to go on. Don't want to go out there and get banged out in your first fight and you're done.
Yeah, there is always that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's like everything opens up when you
you just feel like, it just feels like a new door's open. Like, you're about to live a new life. Like, okay, I'm here. Do you know what I mean? So it felt good in that sense. Like, I'm a professional. This is my profession. But at the same time, I was like, I actually want to look good. I want to be good at this. Do you know what I mean? I don't know the difference in the game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Difference.
It's big difference. Even when I first put on the gloves, I said, wow, like
they're small.
Is this allowed? Like, mad.
Small.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Small.
But I remember sitting waiting for the whip to call us in for my first pro.
Yeah.
I was kind of so excited, but like, it's the unknown.
Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah.
What was the? I've always took one clear memory from my first pro fight about the difference from the amateurs. What was yours?
I think it was the gloves. Like, I had never tried on 10-ounce gloves before, professional gloves before. So when I put them on, I remember the first thing I said was, whoa.
Ain't got no padding.
Like, is this allowed? I literally said that. I was so baffled, and I started thinking, hold on, my opponent's wearing it. I didn't really know much about my opponents. I didn't really know about journeymen and all these things. So I'm like, my opponent's wearing this. So I'm like, oh, damn. Cool. And then I went in there. I sold about nearly like 300 tickets, and York Hall was just going off, and I just had to just keep my head like, didn't look out of the ring, looking at my coach. I'm like, don't even look out the ring, and then got him out there in like 30 seconds, and I was thinking, wow. In the amateurs, I wasn't a puncher. So I've never actually like claimed or said I'm a puncher. I thought most of my fights are going to go the distance. And then I knocked him out in 30 seconds, and then the next 3 fights were like all finished in like less than a minute. I was like, cool, maybe I'm a puncher.
Well, I think, Martin would have tweaked up your sitting down on your shots a bit more.
100%, yeah.
What I took personally from my first pro fight was, this guy's trying to kill me. This guy is trying to take my fucking head off. Do you know what I mean? That was like, for me, like, oh, where's the amateur punching from? You know what I mean? Where's the little shots?
Yeah.
But this,
they follow and prove it.
Yeah, this guy wants to really damage me. That was my first kind of, but it went well. Yeah. So your first fight's gone well. Second fight's gone well, third fight's gone well, fourth fight's gone well. So now you're getting yourself up onto the ladder now.
Yeah.
So how long did it take for you to get into the ratings? Like top 20s, 10s?
In the UK, I think after my first year, I had about 7 fights. So I was climbing. I wasn't quite top 20 yet. I think I never got to the top 20s till like my 9th, 10th fight, I think, if I can remember. I remember being quite excited, like, top 20s. But I came from like the small circus. I had like 8 fights. I went with no promoter. Like being with promoters, and that also helps with your rankings and stuff, because people see you and stuff. Yeah. So then until I got with Frank, I think by the time I got to Frank, I was like top 15. I can't remember when exactly I hit top 20s though, but I had like 8 fights on like small hall shows and dinner shows beforehand. Yeah. So it was just like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lovely. So you signed with Frank. You're in the ratings now. Area title.
Yeah. I tried to go for that straight away. I remember the area title was available, and I wanted to fight for it like after my first year. So I turned pro end of 2017, signed with Frank, March 2019. So I remember 2019, obviously I boxed on a last minute dinner show for Frank, which, you know, made them interested and sent me the contract. But then I boxed on Martin's dinner show that he used to do every Christmas in December. That was the last show I had. So going into the next year, I remember there was 2 fighters. Taylor Jones, who was the Southern Area champion, was meant to fight Linus Udofia. And I'm there keeping an eye on him, like, this is my weight class. I'm thinking, like, I want to fight one of these guys. I want to fight the winner. So I remember putting it out there, like, I'd like to fight the winner. Then Taylor Jones gets injured. And Linus needs an opponent for the Southern Area title. And I've come to the gym, straight like, Mark, look, I've seen this. Like, can we get on it? I want to be in that position. Like, can I replace Taylor Jones? Because obviously he's injured, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Martin's going, yeah, just hold off for a bit. But I'm not the type of guy to go online and start shouting out. I would just tell my team, like, look, call the board or call, like, let's get it on kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, all right, cool, we'll see. But he knew that I was about to sign with Frank. But I didn't know that. So I'm saying, well, let's get this. And now I'm trying to push for it.
Martin knew?
Yeah, he knew, because obviously he's had a contract for, he's been talking to them.
Right.
But obviously I don't know. And then obviously he's told me that, look, you're about to sign with Frank. You may not need that, but we'll call it on. I'm saying, oh yeah, well, like, I'm signing with Frank. I was excited about that, but I'm like, no, but the area title, like, I want that title. Can we get it on a Frank show? And then it's like, oh, it might not work, blah, blah, blah. Then the board have made us mandatory for it. So obviously they've got in contact and obviously said that we're up for it. So they made us mandatory for it. But I still wasn't at that time the guy to be like, oh, we're mandatory, let's fight. I just thought that's probably going to lose me the fight. Yeah. But if I knew what I knew now, I might have called it out and been like, oi, let's get in, and that will pressure him into the fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They pulled out the purse bid, and then I was mandatory for the Southern Area. Couldn't get matched up for the Southern Area, so we've had to skip it. By the time we've skipped it, Linus has won the English. So I thought, oh, he didn't fight me for the Southern Area. He's not going to fight me for the English. Yeah. So let's just skip that. Then obviously my career kept going, and then that's when obviously, I know I'm skipping a bit, but that's when I fought Mark Heffron the first time in my 13th fight during lockdown. Well, lockdown happened first. No shows, no nothing. Gone up my nut.
How did that affect you mentally?
I was gone. Like, I'm in my... You're in your room, you wake up, and you're in your room for the whole day, and you go back to bed. Like,
wow. It's
just crazy. Like, I started thinking, I can't even imagine I ain't been in jail before. I can't imagine what it'd be like being in jail. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like, it probably feels similar to this. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I wake up, obviously apart from the fact that you ain't got your phones and stuff, so I wake up, I go on the internet, just taking in a load of trash. Oh, yeah, I know, but I know. I know, but yeah. So I'm just taking in a load of bullshit, like, for my language, but just a load of bullshit on the internet, just like, it's just too much going on at once. I'm not getting no space from the outside. I can't box. I don't know when boxing's back on. I'm saying, bun this, man. Every time I step out, I'm just buying a load of junk food and come back to my house, sitting in my room, playing my PlayStation, getting bored of that. There was this app called House Party that I was just jumping on every now and then, like, chatting to people, and then jump off, and you just go back to sleep in your room. And that was the case for a few months.
So for a fighter, it must have been so offsetting kind
Mad
of thing,
offsetting.
Because every single avenue of temptation is sat there now. You've got nothing else to do.
Nothing to do.
I think that would have probably been the hardest part of your career, really.
Definitely.
You know, because you could have quite easily turned around and said, fuck the boxing, I ain't got time.
I didn't train. Only when they started telling us, oh, we might open back up, that's when I started going for runs and here and there. Because in the beginning, I was trying to just like, because before I started boxing, I'd done Insanity, that workout.
Yeah, I love it.
I'd done Insanity, so I'd done that. And that's how I lost a bit of weight, because I was a bit heavy when I started. That's how I lost a bit of weight. And then, so I tried to do that again. So me and my brother's done that. It's just the point, how long are we going to do this for?
Yeah.
I can't be arsed. I didn't do anything. I'm just putting on a load of weight. I'm just like, in my room, wake up. We don't know what's going on with the world. We don't know when we're going to open up. We don't know this. Then obviously my message us, look, yeah, we might open back. We might be allowed to go to the gym. And then it's like, oh, let me start running. I don't want to get to the gym unfit. And I'm running and I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I should have done a few workouts earlier. But it's like, in my mind, it's like, you just don't know what's going on. So there's only so long you can work out for. And then everyone in the world are just on their phone saying, yeah, I've done my 5K today, have you done yours? And I'm just like, shut up, man.
Yeah, I've done my 5 hours
yeah. I'm like, shut up, man. You lot are just working out for the internet. Like, you're not really...
That's right, there's no
For me,
goal.
there was a routine. I get up in the morning, I get ready, I come to the gym, I go home, I have
It's
my
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. So now that lifestyle's been taken away from me, it's like, what do I do? Like, I'm not doing this to show off or whatever, man. So it kind of threw me off. Then obviously I started going to the park with a few friends and we started doing pads and stuff. then you know, it started getting a bit better for me, and I started feeling a bit better by myself because I had something to do. A few friends go to the park, do a session, then more people start coming around, and we'd have like a little group, then we do circuits and stuff, and I'm like, all right, this gets better. And then later on in the evening, I go for my run. I'm like, okay, now I've got myself in a little groove because we're allowed out again for at least an hour a day or whatever it is. So it's like, I'll get myself into a little routine. And then the gym opened back up. Then when it opened back up, it was like, every fight is like, take what you're given.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford to turn down the fight.
That's right, yes.
Otherwise, you're
food
benched.
on the table.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, all right, cool. So I remember first fight come, I'm heavy, like heaviest I've been like since I started boxing, and it's like I got to shift that weight off to fight. I'm not saying no, I'm heavy. I got to get off in time.
It's coming off.
First fight, going on that fight, I was literally drained. I stopped the guy in 6 rounds, Mick Hall, good fighter as well. But like literally, if it went after that, I don't know what would happen. Do you know what I mean? Then I just stuck on it, and the next fight after that was Mark Heffron.
Brilliant
that's
fight.
A great fight, but that's a dangerous fighter. I know I'd been saying his name, man. I want to fight him, but
very good fight.
I've had 13 fights. He's had about 25 and about 80 knockouts.
Yeah,
that's the guy I'm going in with.
Yeah,
for me, but I still believe I can beat him. I think I can beat him, so that's why I'm taking it.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, if everything was open, maybe that wouldn't happen straight away. I'd have been able to gain a lot more experience.
That's right. Yeah,
and that's a success. Yeah, so my career's actually kind of sped up. Do you know what I mean? So fought him, got the draw, thought I won. Yeah, but in actual reality,
cracking fight.
Thank you. But in actual reality, it's like the draw might have been better because the next fight was for the British. If I'd have beat him, what am I doing?
Yeah, you're banging deep end.
You know what I'm saying?
Things happen for a reason.
Things happen for a reason. So I've gone in there, fought him again a second time talking about 4 rounds.
Yeah.
British champion. In actual reality, when things are open, I might not have been British champion in 14 fights. 15 fights. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wasn't one of them guys that come from an Olympic background on Team GB. I had 17 amateur fights, and I'm fighting for the British in my 14th, 15th.
Brilliant.
You know what I'm saying? So, but because of the type of guy I am, I love a challenge. I want to take on these challenges. I want to be in these positions.
Yeah.
I'm taking it on.
Fortune favours the brave.
Yeah, exactly that.
So you've got Heffron in the bag.
Yeah.
So now your British title fight. Out of the blue?
The British title?
Yeah.
Which one? The first one or the second one? The first, yeah, it was out of the blue. Of course, I wanted a rematch straight away because the first one was a draw.
Yeah.
I said, no, I want a rematch. Because remember, Liam Williams had the British.
Oh, that's right. And the rematch was for the title, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he'd obviously had to vacate. They got him to vacate. And then we had to sign on for it straight away. Like, cool, look, this is what it is. Next fight for the British. I'm saying, cool, I'd forget the draw now. I'm fighting for the British now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're here. Like, it's my first professional title. First title in general. I didn't win no national titles as an amateur. This is my first title in boxing.
Wow.
So you know I'm not letting this one slip.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Mine.
Yeah, so went in there, boom, done a job on him, got him at 4 rounds, and then it was like, British champion, like, what's next? Things started moving quickly. Of course, the next fight after that was Cash. But we knew that the winner had to fight Cash. He was mandatory.
Yeah.
Obviously gone away to Ghana, everything been celebrated, met a few people, met the king of the Ashanti Kingdom, which is the king of my hometown, my parents' hometown, and met Zuma Nelson, legend, legend. Sat down, spoke to him across the table like we are now, like, and he just there telling me stories. I'm saying, right, like, this is Zuma Nelson.
About the Pacquiao knockout.
No.
Have you seen it?
No, which one was that? You might have explained it to me, but
you gotta watch that knockout. You gotta watch the knockout, Denzel.
I might have seen it, but I just don't know who it is. You know what I mean? I don't know who it was. Just fighting.
Birmingham kid.
Yeah.
Watch that knockout.
Yeah, crazy. I'm gonna watch that one, and I'm gonna message you after.
Every day from May 1985.
Yeah.
Every single day, I used to pray.
Yeah.
Please, Barry McGuigan, don't fight Zuma Nelson.
You told me about all of that, Barry McGuigan dodging him.
I used to pray. Please, Barry, because I'm a paddy, so
of course,
I'm praying every day. Please don't fight Nelson. Fight whoever you want, but not him. Yeah. Not him. I used to love him.
He was telling me that, cause I didn't know like they were all like connected, or like, you know, and then the fact he told me he beat Jim McDonald and that, and how he was trying so hard to get the McGuigan fight. McGuigan wouldn't fight him. He said, listen, I'll give you a return, so we'll do like a rematch, innit? So it'll be 2 fights and everyone gets paid. He said the guy still wouldn't fight him. He dodged me. Yeah. I'm there saying, well, Barry McGuigan, yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, but from what I'm on from Barry McGuigan, he was quite dangerous, a big puncher and stuff. So I'm like,
Zuma was different.
Yeah.
His angle, his power. power for
Yeah.
such a small guy was like, whoa. But you got to watch the Caldwell uppercut.
No, I'm gonna watch
I honestly think that's up there with one of the best uppercuts I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna message you after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got the Felix Cash fight coming.
Yeah, so we come back now. Had to get ready again in lockdown. Took my first loss, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
Don't complain. Not, you know what I'm saying? Cool, is what it is. Get on with it. So I just need in my mind, the way I lost was bad. Like, I'll be the first to say that. Like, I'm not.
Was it points or?
No, I got stopped in the third round.
Right, I remember this now. I remember this now.
So I'm saying, wow, like, I just can't believe that just happened to me. Like, I've been in the ring with everyone. I sparred top guys. Like, no one's ever like done anything near close to that. I know sparring is different and stuff, but like, this can't happen again. So all I can do is just train harder. Do you know what I mean?
Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. I ain't crying, ain't complaining about it. Took the loss. Of course, I was upset. I was down and stuff. Came back to the gym like straight after. I obviously spoke to Martin and that. And the week after, came back to the gym again. Got my stitches taken out, and I was like, "When can I spar?" Like, I just want to put it on someone. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm fuming. I'm not yet.
I need to give something back.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? When can I spar? And then I'm like, when can I get back out? Like, I want to box. I need to get back out. Like, I can't sit on this. Everyone I speak to is saying, is talking about that loss. I'm not, like, no, I can't do it. I need to get back out.
People who don't remember your last fight.
Exactly. And I couldn't let that be my last fight for too long.
Yeah.
So we're in there, in the gym. I think after 4 weeks, I sparred. And I'm just throwing bombs. Like, they can see I'm trying to hurt whoever I'm in with. Like, and it's not even nothing personal. I don't remember who it was I was sparring. You're just a body.
Yeah.
And I want to clip someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to. I'm just angry.
Yeah.
Obviously, eventually, I'm sparring as it goes on. The anger's fading out. But now I just want to be more aggressive in my style.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you were saying earlier, Martin's helped me sit on my shots and be more aggressive and come with all of that. So, you know, it's brought me to where I am now. And like you say, even though I wish that didn't happen, things happen for a reason, innit? Maybe it took that for me to change that mentality.
It's God's path.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't know what's written for us.
Yeah,
you know,
no, 100%.
But God does. So you've got the Cash fight out the way. Mm-hmm. Was it Morrison next?
No, I fought Sam Evans next in Birmingham.
Sam Evans, that's right.
Birmingham,
Evans,
yeah.
good boy.
Yeah.
Very good boy.
Yeah. Took that on last minute notice because he was meant to fight Lennox Clark at the weight above.
Oh, I remember.
For the British and his title, and then he broke his ankle. They called me in like 2 weeks, and I'm saying, well, I ain't boxed since I lost. I meant to fight on September, the Son Edwards card, but Son Edwards got injured and they pulled the whole card. So I got to take this, you know what I mean? Went in there, stopped him in 3 rounds, and then, you know, we're back now, back to winning ways. Cool, I'm happy again. Still training, still putting in the same work. And then obviously we come back the next year, and then we get offered another British title fight against Linus Udofia.
Was it against Linus you got offered first?
Yeah. Which, it was funny because I was pushing to fight for the Southern area.
Yeah.
And then we, all the way to the British, is like, we met up, it made more sense. Bigger venue, more exposure, live on Channel 5, free to air. Loads of guys inside, banging their doors, they're saying they watched it and stuff. You feel me? So it was sick. So it was good. And then obviously we all got paid more for it than we would have even fought for Southern Era. So we fought him. But even that fight, it was like his promotional company won the purse bid. So everything was just built around him.
Yeah.
This is the star of this channel, star of this promotional company. It's his show. It's all about Linus. And I'm just sitting in the back like, okay, take your moment. I'm coming to make your party my party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm walking out of the party.
Yeah, all right. Went into that fight, solid 12-round fight. Came out with the victory. British champion again.
Beautiful. And then you get the Morrison fight.
Yes, then I get the Morrison fight.
Now, I'm going to sit here on the fence and I'm going to say, I didn't know who to go with that fight. Honestly, Denzel, because I said to Lewis, this is such a 50-50 fight here. Morrison is such a well-schooled boy.
Yeah.
And Joe Gallagher, you know, you can't...
Of course, no.
Joe's a great
class
trainer. Really does his job with his kids. Mm-hmm. So going into that fight, how did the camp go for that fight?
Camp was good for that fight. The camp started off slow, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it started off like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But
Different from other camps?
Different because yeah and no. The date kept changing.
Right.
So we were meant to be out on the 24th on a Joyce card, which was meant to be in London.
Yeah.
Ended up being in Manchester. Then they got moved to the 9th. Then they got moved to the 16th. So it was like, where I'm trying to set up, you know, what I want to do with how I want to set up camp is like, it's all over the place kind of thing.
Same for Martin as well, you know. He would
Of course. Same for Martin. He won't be able to set his time, but obviously we all know dates change. So, you know, Martin's obviously more stronger headed than I am. Like in this, I'm just come on, change again. And he's thinking, don't worry, like calm down. All we put on, he's just saying, I just want to fight. And he's just saying, don't worry, we're gonna get there. Dates change all the time. Like just reassure me, like it don't matter. You're still gonna fight the shit. I'm like, all right, cool. Changed to the 16th, and then we just had a load of southpaws in the gym. And I'm saying, where are all these southpaws coming from? I've got an orthodox fighter that's like my height or a little bit taller. Like, I'm just getting all these southpaws that maybe a little bit shorter or just not what I need. And then it was just, so from then it was just like, oh, whatever. And then obviously Martin's telling me, you're gonna need him eventually, so it just doesn't matter, it's what we have. And then like after like 2 weeks, all the sparring just got sorted out, orthodox sparring, like, we got exactly what we needed. And in my head, I'm like, this is lovely, this is what we need.
Don't you find, Denzel, sparring a lot with southpaws kind of makes an orthodox easier? I used to always feel after a southpaw move about, when the orthodox boys got back in, I was just found range. So don't you ever? No,
that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. But it was just where like I just wanted to find my range with an orthodox fighter. Do you know what I'm saying? But the southpaw guys, I had it. I'm saying, let me see if I just wanted to be in the orthodox fight. That's what I had. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a mind thing.
Yeah.
But when I got in with them, it was like, okay, it's not a big deal. I know what I'm doing here. It's not foreign to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all started coming in after about a week or two, and I was like, all right, cool, everything's sorted, sparring sorted, training's going well, camp's going well, and it just finished strong. Yeah. So where like in the first week or two in my mind, I was like, what is going on here? Like till after that, the last 4 or 5 weeks, whatever, we finished strong, and I was like, I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean?
My God.
Yeah.
And look, I know from Joe Gallagher that Morrison would not have went near that fight unless he was 150%, because Joe don't have it any other way with his boys. So going into that fight, you would have known that he would have been on job.
100%.
What a fight. I thought that was one of the most entertaining few rounds.
Yeah.
What a fight. You really put it on him. Well, listen, you were 2 gladiators in there.
He caught me early in the first as well. Yeah.
That was a good first round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Strong boy. Very strong boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
2-time British champion now.
Yes.
So you've come off the Morrison fight. We all want to kick back for a couple of weeks after a fight like that, don't we?
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Nah.
Straight back to the gym?
Straight back.
How long before you got the world title nod?
I'll be honest with you, I knew before the Morrison fight. It got offered to me. So I think that's why when the Southpaws were in, Martin was like, listen, you're going to need them eventually, so... I don't need these guys. He knew, you feel me? He knew. So about a week or two before the Morrison fight, he's phoned me and said, look, I wasn't going to tell you, but I've heard you talk about this guy. Go on your phone, I've sent you something. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, listen, you got next. I'm saying, like, you're joking. Because I had been saying his name and stuff. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what, for real? Yeah, that's me. Oh, cool, let's do it. And then I'm like, wait, let's get this out of the way first. Because, then I realised Martin can't go to America and all these things. And I'm like, if the whole team can't be out there, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, look, then let's get this fight out of the way first. And then
we'll talk about it.
I was like, all right, cool. So I just pushed it to the back of my mind. And I didn't let that pressure me.
Not all the way to the back of your mind.
Not all the way. That halfway is still there a little bit.
That's like knocking on the front door.
Come on, man. That's a one title shot. That's not going all the way at the back. But I just tried to shift it as far back as possible. Try to just tell no one that wouldn't ask what's next. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold it down. And even after the fight, I still wouldn't tell anyone because I had to speak to Martin and say, look, like, what are we going to do? And eventually he just reassured me, like, look, everything's going to be all right. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I believe I can beat this guy. If you guys believe in me, that just doubles down. So that's it. Let's go.
Look, if someone like Martin, Tony, Ray, if these boys believe in you, Denzel, they don't do it for no reason.
They don't do it for exactly.
There's a reason. There's a talent. They see something.
Yeah.
As a fighter, we never see.
Yeah.
Because we always want to better ourselves.
Yeah.
So we never see what other guys see.
Yeah.
And these guys are seeing you every day, so they know.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And they're pretty confident. Martin's intelligent man.
Yeah.
So I want to be the first to say it. And the new.
Love the sound of that.
And the new.
Come on.
It's going to sound good, isn't it?
It's going to sound good, man. It's going to
So
sound
that's
good.
in November, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, what an absolute beautiful position to be in. So we've got from the beginning to nearly the end.
Yeah.
So our podcast here, as you know, is it really worth it? What our goal is, Denzel, is to just enlighten. Listen, I want to put across to the next gen positivity, but positivity through positive behaviour. Boxing has got to be about the most positive anyone can do, because every walk of life, every level of society, we're all on the same level.
Yeah.
In the boxing gym.
Yeah,
There's no one better than anyone else.
Yeah,
we're all on the same level. This is why I want to get as many kids back into this as possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, the knife crime's growing, the gun crime's growing, all of the gang culture now. These young kids are kind of limiting their own opportunities in life by just being sheep.
Yeah.
You know, you have come away from that sheep mentality and you've turned yourself into a wolf. You know, you're a champion now. You've sacrificed, because this is where we get in life to where we want to be, by making them sacrifices. You've sacrificed street life. You've sacrificed all of the life you had, where a lot of these young kids now, they feel this is their only option. It's not their only option. Do you know what I mean?
Of course not, yeah.
So you've kind of kicked the trend, come away from that turning point in your life, and you've turned down the boxing route. So the boxing route for you, how, like, obviously your day-to-day routine will be structured around boxing, but how's boxing give you what you need as a man, Denzel? Do you know what I mean? How would you say, you know, if you were talking to a bunch of young kids now who are on the cusp of crime or getting involved with gang culture, knife crime or whatever, what would be your kind of initial message to try and steer them away? Because we've all got different kind of avenues we want to take these kids, and I just don't want them to go to prison.
No, of course.
So what would be your kind of...
the name of this podcast, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like... I told them how boxing helped change me. I think, like, even before I even felt like I could get to this level that I'm at now, it changed my way of living.
Yeah.
So even as an amateur, when I started dedicating myself to the gym as an amateur, I'm not getting paid, I'm not getting anything. It just taught me that sense of discipline, being on time to the gym, doing the work when you don't feel like it, living a certain lifestyle, even having to cut weight, how disciplined you need to be to just, you know, control your food and cut weight, that sort of discipline. So I wouldn't be outside too much, because it's like, I ain't got time to be out there. I got to be in the gym. Yeah. And this is before I want anything as an amateur, any major titles as a professional. I got to this level that I am now. So it just helped me change my lifestyle. It helped me change the way I live my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd end up being a lot healthier. I wouldn't be out too much because I'd want to get to the gym. And if I didn't get to this level now, that would still be it would still be instilled in me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be the way I live. I live, you know, in a disciplined manner, rather than just living anyhow, go in bed anytime, being outside till any time and getting up to no good, because I have a routine.
Yeah. And you see, them qualities, Denzel, were initially given to you by your parents. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I do genuinely feel for kids what are coming from one-parent families, and their struggle is so hard, you know. It's not just for the kid, but for the parent as well.
100%, yeah.
You know, so you've had great parenting, you've had great morals given to you and guidelines by your parents. But there is always, I believe, in everyone's life, opportunity to fuck up.
Yeah.
But with your boxing in place, that has give you that cushion, that comfort blanket to just steer away from any of the shit that's more important to you.
Yeah.
And this is what I want these young kids to see, that there's a lot more things on offer for the kids. I know the government have took away a lot of the community centres, a lot of youth clubs, and they've got a lot to answer for the next generation coming through. But we as a collective, if we can give this message to kids, come to the gyms.
Come to the gym,
I
yeah.
don't know a boxing gym in the world what will turn a kid away.
No, no chance.
You know,
I've never seen it happen.
I've never seen it happen. I've never heard of it happen.
Like, all levels are welcome. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you try to walk into a football academy and they say you ain't played. Get out of there. In the gym, if you're a beginner or elite, you're all welcome into the gym.
Denzel,
Like you said, everyone's on the same level.
I've got a kid with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah, no,
I can't hold that against you. If you want to do this, we're going to help you.
No, of course, 100%.
You know, and this is what boxing does for these kids. And I just wish that the government would be a lot more forward in implementing this. They should put it back on the school curriculum, because it was took off in the 50s.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? It was on the school curriculum in Britain. They should put it back on.
They should.
Because these kids I don't think they know how to spell respect, some of them.
Yeah.
You know, and if only they knew about what goes on in a boxing match, and to let that mirror in their lifestyle, we could have a much better future.
That's what it is. I think you just mirror with what goes on in the gym or in the ring into your lifestyle. Everyone will be a lot of people will be a lot better off.
The world would be better off. The world would be better off, Denzel. And it's just, you know, we just want to try and put something positive back to these kids, where obviously we're going to raise you. You know, we'll raise your platform as much as we can, but with your message and with what we're pushing, do you know what I mean? Surely we're going to change. If we change one kid, then it's been worth it.
100%.
Just one kid, 100%. We've succeeded.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course, 100%.
So, before we finish, let's just finish on a message from, just a short message from the new middleweight champion of the world.
Yes.
To these kids.
I'd say, listen, like what you're saying, find a gym, get into the gym. It will give you that community feel, that community vibe. You're welcome there. And even if you don't want to be a boxer, what boxing teaches you, if you can implement that into your life, you'd be better off, man. You'd be better off. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I could talk all day about how boxing's helped change me, but just from my experiences, like I said, if I didn't get to this level, the lessons I learned from boxing, if I applied that to my life, I would have been well off in something else, in another area, just because of the discipline, you know, the self-respect and the respect for others, you know, the work ethic, the knowing how to get on with things even when you don't feel like it that day. I think a lot of kids, you know, give up easy. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not going in. I'm chilling at home. Do you know what I'm saying? It's always about me, and, you know, mental health's a real thing, so I don't want to play on it, but things, my mental health, people use it as an excuse, where it's like, sometimes life don't care about those things.
Yeah.
So you have to care about it. No one's going to look at you and be like, oh, he's not feeling it today. Let him stay at home. He'll be all right. No, you're not. Yeah. You're not. You're going to grow up. You're going to dig yourself a hole every time you feel like something's not, you know, worth your time or not necessary. That what boxing has instilled in me is, even when it's hard, you keep going. Yeah. When it's hard, you keep going, and eventually it will get easier. But that's just life.
Got to come out for the next round.
You got to come up for the next round. You got to come up for, literally, you got to come up for the next round.
My God. Denzel, thank you so much. Brilliant podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. Good chat, man.
My brother.
Thank you.
God bless you, man.
That's all right.
Love it, love it, love it.